What's the YouTube? NCG here, bringing you a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile as promised. This is my last one before Christmas, so I do wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and hopefully, we'll be seeing you again in the new year, or just before the new year, and then so after. Anyway, let's get cracking on with a Blue Eyes White Dragon who will never, never die. Blue Eyes will always be around because so will the man Kyber. Anyway, we'll start this off very simple and straightforward. To get this deck rolling, you need triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. Obviously, he is the heart and soul of the deck. Play 3 of this, no questions asked. He should be very easy to get hold of. Triple Blue Eyes Alternate. Now, obviously, because this isn't the Chaos Max build, this is one of our core cards to kind of deal damage and clear off opponents' opposing monsters. Double Dragon Spirit of White, obviously abusing this with Silver's Cry, and obviously the amount of cards that we have in this deck that gets rid of or puts our Blue Eyes to graveyard, which is where we want them to be, can help out massively and kind of help move the game along. And of course, this one banishes obviously back row, and on top of that, what most people don't remember is if people go, oh, I'm going to put a 2600 beat on the board and I'm going to smash over this guy, you can use his effect to bounce him out for a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then they're like, yeah, we can't do anything. So he can be very, very helpful. Next up, we play triple Sage with Eyes of Blue. Again, this got a very nice secret reprint, so it shouldn't be too hard to get hold of. And when you do, he's very, very important, because if you normal summon him, of course, you get yourself a beautiful White Stone of Ancients or White Stone of Legend to hand. Or you can even play Effect Veilers in this and search her out, because she can be very, very helpful, especially from the OTG and maybe the upcoming formats for the TCG. On top of that, obviously, he helps you get you into your Blue Eyes Spirits and, of course, your Azure Eyes. We play triple White Stone of Ancients. This again is very, very powerful. When it goes to the graveyard in the end phase, you get to special summon a Blue Eyes monster. So again, you'll be, well, by monster I mean you'll be able to special summon a Dragon Spirit of White or a Blue Eyes White Dragon, because Dragon Spirit of White is always treated as Blue Eyes in graveyard or deck, I believe it is. No, just in general, always treated as Blue Eyes. You can bring him from deck. And then you can catch your opponent by surprise and banish one of their back row, which is really, really nice. And then on top of that, your White Stone of Ancients, you can banish it from the graveyard and add a Blue Eyes from your deck, your graveyard back to your hand. And the one White Stone of Ancients, when it's sent to the graveyard, you add a Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand there and then, so it's a nice little searcher. We are playing the Galaxy Soldier engine, so we're playing triple Galaxy Soldier. Now, the majority of our monsters, or mainly all but one card of our monsters, is light, so we've got enough discard fodder for our Galaxy Soldier. And again, like I said, we want the Blue Eyes in graveyard so we can activate all our Dragon Return, and of course, Silver's Cry. So Galaxy Soldier can then give you, because you don't rely on the extra deck heavily, can give you a Cyber Dragon Infinity, which a Cyber Dragon Infinity with a Blue Eyes Alternate and then a Blue Eyes or a Dragon Spirit of White can be very, very powerful. And then next turn, you kind of go in for game there. To help with our Galaxy Soldier, but also to disrupt our opponent, is triple Ghost Ogre. Now, obviously, it's a light attribute, so it helps be discarded with Galaxy Soldier, and then Ghost Ogre is still very, very powerful. You can play Ash. The reason I've chosen Ghost Ogre is because of the synergy between Ghost Ogre and then, obviously, Galaxy Soldier, and kind of go from there. And then the one Max League, because it is the most powerful hand trap in the game. For our spells, we play triple Trading, no surprise there. The majority of our monsters are level 8, well, we've got 8, I believe, so that helps out massively to get you, put them in the graveyard where you want them to be, and of course draw through your deck to get into other cards like this, your Melody of Awakening Dragon, which is a discard 1, again what we want, and add 2 Blue Eyes. So that is a standard combo. You discard a stone, and then you get to add a Blue Eyes and a Blue Eyes alternate. You get an alternate on board, you pop in a monster, you've got a 3k beat, and you kind of go from there. On top of that, you then combat that off with Return of the Dragon Lords that we play at 3, or 2 Silver's Cry, and you can bring back the Blue Eyes you've just sent to the graveyard, or is that what you discard. Double Twin Twisters to deal with your opponent's back row, and of course discard your cards to the graveyard, which is again, like I've said, what we want. Double Pot of Desires. We play freeze off of a lot of things in this deck, so it's not the end of the world desiring. The one Dragon Shrine, because again, getting our dragons to the graveyard or our Blue Eyes to the graveyard can be very, very important with all our revival cards. And then, of course, the one Soul Charge, because again, we're filling up our graveyard, and the one Cards of Consonance for that extra draw power off of your Ancient Stones of Legend. So again, that just helps with consistency, and like I said, if you open up multiples of them, you can put them to the graveyard, and the best thing is they're not once per turn, so you can get multiples effects off of those. Next up for our extra deck, we play double Blue Eyes Spirit, very straightforward on that one, incredibly cool card and very, very useful. We play double Azure Eyes, again, very straightforward. This helps recycle your Blue Eyes monsters, again, quite simple and staple in the deck. the one Michael the Arch Lightsworn, and the one Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Again, quite staple. You tag these out with your Blue Eyes Spirit, and then obviously you get to abuse their effects. You can play Ancient Fairy Dragon and Crystal Wing, but I've decided in this build to go for the Galaxy Soldier and Cyber Dragon engine. With the extra deck, we play a small Galaxy engine of one Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, which we can then bump up into Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, and of course we can finish it off with a Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. So not only have we popped a monster, we're then sending Dragon monsters from our deck to the graveyard, which again is what we want in this deck, and then getting our opponent to banish 3 monsters. For our other rank 8s, we play the Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic, your Owlsy the Sylveon High Protector, and then obviously we play the Cyber Dragon engine of Nova and Infinity. Finishing it off with a Blue Eyes Twin Burst, and of course a Decode Talker, so we do have our Link monster outs. You can play the fusion that goes with Cyber Dragon Nova, but your opponent should know by now not to warn in a Nova. Anyway, that is it for the deck profile. Very, very straightforward for a Blue Eyes deck, but also quite fun to use the Galaxy Soldier engine to give you something a little bit different to trial out. Anyway, that is it for the deck profile. I hope it's given you a couple of ideas and a couple of developments for Blue Eyes. It will never die. It will always be around the exact same as Dark Magician. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I said, have a very, very Merry Christmas if you do celebrate it. Otherwise, enjoy the day off. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you just before New Year's. So guys, see ya.